with the meat pie making, the healthy alternative of the meat pie making. We are now at the concluding part of it. You know, we started with making the dough. We made the dough and put inside the fridge for it to sit for 30 minutes. So we are back now. It is 30 minutes and we brought it back. And we also, the filling, we also put it in the fridge to sit for 30 minutes. At least to get cool. I think it's cold enough now. Because we don't want to introduce any of these things as hot. Remember to always pack your hair. Make sure your hair is well sealed. It's not flying to, you know, contaminate our food. Remember to always wash your hands. So wash our hands and dry it out. The second part of the meat pie, the concluding part. So this is the dough. We brought it out from the fridge. So we have to bring it out from the way it. Of course, this place is cleaned. I cleaned it out because that's what we're going to use to roll the dough. So it has to be clean. And we're ready now to bring out the dough from the container. Bring it out neatly. Okay, this is the dough. This is how it looks. I hope you can see it. This is how it looks. Okay. So remember, our own is the healthy alternative. That's why it's brownish in color. That's why it's not white. Unlike other ones that will come out white. So we have to cut the dough into pieces so that we'll be able to roll them individually. And see the way it looks. You can see it. Very cakey. It's not the type that would draw and make it look like something that will be hard. Then you just, depending on the quantity of the dough you want to be making, so depending on the size. I don't want it to be too big. If it's too big, you can still reduce it, but we're going to start off with this and see how it goes. Okay. Where are you watching from? This is Kechyvibes Matchmaking and Love Relationship platform. Oh, come to find connection, come to find love, come to find relationship, and learn how to make our relationships to be sweet. The healthy alternative we introduce is that we use the healthy flour instead of just ordinary flour. So we need to also use it on the rolling place or the rolling board so that it will come out easily. It wasn't coming out at all, so we had to change. And let's use this bigger one because it's going to be a bit small. Our result is going to be a bit small, so we're using a bigger flour. Make sure you rub the flour so that it doesn't stick. Remember, this is an alternative to the other one. It might not come out as perfectly as the other type will come because, you know, some of these healthy alternatives, you have to just make do with them. You just have to manage them. If you are waiting for it to come out perfect, perfect, you might not get it right. So we just have to bear in mind that you have to have your result anyhow. The only thing is that it might not be as perfect as the ordinary one would have been. Okay. When you roll it and it doesn't give you what you want, you feel free to repeat. If it doesn't give you what you want, feel free to repeat until you get exactly what you want. And remember, our pan, we are going to oil it so that the meat pie will easily come out. We'll oil it anyhow. Put oil on it, and all we are putting is the baking fat, the healthy fat, so that it doesn't stick. Okay. So we just keep the fat somewhere. Okay, after rolling, we have to cut it. We don't have a cutter. We're going to use anything, any container that has a flat surface or a round surface that can give you your round surface. If you do it and it's not good, you repeat it until you get what you want. You can see it has given us a round dough. You raise it up to make sure it will come with you. Remember, it's not the ordinary meat pie we make with ordinary flour. So this one is the healthy alternative. So it might not be as good as the other types. So you have to help it to have what you want. So I turn it over and I introduce our filling. This is the filling. I already made the filling as I said. So introduce the filling to the pie. Introduce it and just the quantity you want, the quantity that will just be okay for you, and wrap it. Okay. Because I want the filling quite plenty. So you might not give me exactly what you should, but I will have what I want. You're welcome. So, of course, you use your, I think you can see what I'm doing. You now use your fork to seal it up. You can see it. That's number one done. You introduce it to your pan. You can see. Introduce it into your pan. And that's where you make the rest. I can see. Alec, how are you? Wow, thank you very much. It looks nice. Abia is meat pie, a healthy alternative. Instead of using the ordinary flour, the white flour, we use whole grain flour. We use the whole. That's it. Whole meat flour. So it has a lot of fiber in it, so that when you eat it, you'll be eating enough fiber. It will help you with your weight. It doesn't have the problem of the other ordinary meat pie that you eat and you run the risk of blowing up. This one is quite the healthy option. So you were not here when we mixed it, so we're now rolling it out to put into to finish. We are finishing it up. And remember to always add flour on your surface so that the dough will not stick. So that the dough will not stick, and roll it out, flatten it to give you what you want, to make it as smooth as possible, and so that you'll be rounded for you to be able to put your filling. So where are you streaming from? I'm streaming from. Where are you streaming from? Have you ever? You have to eat right now. You'll be back. Yeah, so come back and eat. Okay. When you're back, we'll finish up the thing. So that's how it goes. We continue like this until you finish the whole. Remember to always use your pan to round it up, to make it round, so that it will give you a fine shape. You can use any pan you want, but something that will give you a round surface will be the best. Okay, you can see how it is. You raise it up to make sure it doesn't give you issues when you want to eventually fold it. And then you introduce our filling. Introduce your filling. This one we're going to put the filling moderately. The other one we added too much, so it didn't seal up well. We are going to introduce just the right quantity in this one. Then cover it up. Remember our fork to use, and seal it up neatly and nicely. Okay. That's what I'm going to continue on to finish the whole exercise. Then when you now want to put it on the pan, when you want to put it in your microwave, some people will use egg to rub on the surface so that it will give you that brownish, shining result. When you see the meat pie, you feel like eating it because it will be shining and it will be browning. But this one, because of the healthy alternative we are using, you see it's brown already, so you don't need to make it to be brown again. And you have to add this hole. Remember to put the hole on your pie so that the meat pie will not burst. When you are putting the hole, you measure the hole. And that's right inside the dough. That's how you do it, so that instead of the meat pie bursting and giving you the kind of result you don't want, because you've already added the hole, it will just, the steam will come out from there, and your meat pie will have very beautiful result. You have your result. So as I said, we're not going to use the egg because it's brown already. There's no need to add any brown again to it. And then we have added the holes so that the pie will not come out looking dirty, looking nasty. That's if that is what it looks. You arrange it in your pan in a way that it will come out without giving you any, so that it will contain as much as possible. You know, if you don't arrange it well, it might not contain enough, and you will start looking for different pans to use and make it. Whereas it's because you didn't arrange it properly. So I'll make only this one, then there's no need to continue making the whole of them, because there's no need. If I just wanted to practicalize it, then tomorrow I will bring the result of the meat pie, because we're not going to wait until it's done today. Normally what to do is, when you are almost done, you heat up your oven, heat it up, and then put the meat pie. You wait for like 30 minutes for it to get cooked. Then you bring it out, and it's ready for eating. So far so good. This Kechyvibes matchmaking. And Alex said goodbye. Thank you very much. I really appreciate. And is asking what I'm making. I'm making meat pie. I'm making meat pie with that's the healthy alternative of meat pie. I'm not using the normal white flour. I'm using whole grain flour. So that if you are somebody that also you don't want to add weight, you want to maintain your good body weight, or you want to slim down, you are avoiding some meals, this one is okay for you, because it is not going to add any weight, because there's no fat. The fat content is reduced. So remember to use your bowl to create the surface to be round and good. Always remember to lift it up, so that you be sure that when you introduce your filling, it will not be a problem. It will not be a problem. So you introduce it, put your filling, the quantity you want, without making it to look too big. Then close it up with your fork. Use your fork to. Then remember to put the hole, so that it will not burst open in the fire and give you a result you don't want. You introduce it on the pan. That's how you continue until you finish the whole dough. Then you put it on the fire, and we still have enough here, but I don't want to continue to. It's just repeating the same thing over and over again, making it to look boring. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you for being there. Remember, if you want us to try out any other kind of pastry, put it there in the comment section or at the description, so that you try it out next time. Or if there's anyone you want to teach us, you can come up any day. Tell us, we'll arrange. We'll come up to the screen one day. You teach us, and we'll get to learn. Also, we're all looking at what to do to spice up our relationships, to make our relationship to be sweet, enjoyable, vibrant, and lasting. The kind of little things we can introduce in our homes, in our relationships, to hold our partners and keep them down, for them to wait until we finish. Surprises, some little things to spice up the life. That's what we're interested in, to build up our relationship, to make our relationship sweet, enjoyable, and vibrant. So thank you for your presence. Thank you for being there. Please share this video. Drop your comment there. Like this video, and join us in our community if you want to belong to Kechyvibes group. Thank you. See you next time.